Hey guys, if you guys are able to listen me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please do let me know. Hello everyone, if you guys are able to listen me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know guys. Hey guys, if you guys are able to listen me properly as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know guys. I'm currently trying to start the video as well. It's just that I don't know why the Irun webcam is not working like I want it to work. So I'm just trying to figure it out. How can I do that? So nevertheless, I'm still here. You guys are able to see me, but yeah, no issues in that. So I'll try to make sure that it is able to work. Otherwise, as well, I'll just keep myself here in the bottom of the corner itself. So you guys are also able to see me. And today we are having a very special guest with us joining right over here. His name is Oscar. So he will be also joining us learning the entire stuff in our today's class. Okay, so just a quick revision, guys, about our yesterday's class, guys. So what have we learned in our yesterday's class? Because just let's do a quick revision so we are able to understand what we have studied in our yesterday's class and we are not forgetting anything right over there, right? So could you guys let me know what have we studied in our yesterday's class, guys? We started out with learning about Python, right? We learned about the print statement. We learned about hello world in Python. We learned about variables in Python. We started learning about data types in Python as well. Basics of Python we had started out yesterday, right guys? Anything else that we studied in our yesterday's class? Anything else, guys, that we studied in our yesterday's class? Please let me know. Anything else, guys, that we studied in our yesterday's class? Please let me know, guys. Pythonic way of writing the variables, right, guys? Amazing. Good, guys. So these are the things that we need to focus upon. Okay, the basics. First, make sure that your basics are absolutely clear, guys. In this particular bootcamp, yes, in Python, we are not going into a lot of depth into a particular topic, but we will be providing you guys with a course on Python, right? I've already told you guys that there will be a course on Python that will be provided to you guys at the end of the bootcamp. So in that, there will be a lot of different things that you will be learning. We learned about rules and conventions yesterday, right? Great, guys. Awesome. So today's class will be continuing from the topic that is the data types in Python, integers and floats. That was where we had stopped in our yesterday's class. Again, guys, a lot to be delved into class. Make sure that you guys are paying attention because I don't want you guys to miss out on any of the topics or you not being able to understand a particular topic. So today, again, our special guest Oscar is going to join us. And I hope that you guys will be having an amazing time meeting him. So he's just sitting right over here as we are able to see. So that is Oscar right over there sitting on my beanbag. I don't know what he's doing. So that is Oscar, guys. So he will also be joining us for our today's class. I hope so that he's also able to learn something with us today. And if you guys want to see the setup, it's absolute shit. So I'm not going to show you guys the setup itself. Okay. But yeah, like I said, today a lot we have to study. Please make sure that you guys are focusing upon the class properly itself, guys. If everything goes well, we'll ask Oscar to speak a few words of kind gesture if he is not feeling a lot sleepy. So we'll ask him to speak a few words for us to just boost our enthusiasm even more. Right, guys? Okay, so with that, keeping in that in mind, guys, shall we start with today's class? Again, everybody is excited in today's class as well, right? Shall we start with today's class? I hope so that everybody is as excited as possible as I am. Right, guys? Everybody is as excited as I am, guys, right? So let's start with our today's class. Keeping that in mind, guys, let's focus upon the class right now. So let me open up the collab notebook. So this was the collab notebook from yesterday. Let me see if I can bring both the notebook as well as, okay, this is not even going down. I think so it has some kind of problem with me. OBS, like it is not even allowing me to now do anything on it as I just crashed or hanged. I hate OBS from the bottom of my heart right now. I will shift my streaming software to some other platform. This is absolute dog shit right over here. Okay, let me take up this here, me see if I can just reduce the size. I know that, guys, this is not something that you guys want to see. It looks like shit right over here. But still, nevertheless, guys, we'll continue with this itself so that you guys are able to see me as well, and the class feels a little bit interactive rather than just me speaking out and not being able to see your chat as well. So I'll just open up the chat section on my laptop so that I'm able to see what you guys are typing right over there. Okay, that is also very important for me to understand, right? So let me just open up the chat section on my laptop. Give me a second, guys. Just give me a second. This is your channel, and it is taking up some time, guys. Just a second. Okay, so now I'm able to see your chat section as well, guys. So that's great. Okay, so we'll start from right over there, guys. Okay. There's some black screen on the top right corner. I think so. This is it, and it is not getting removed as well. What can I do for this, guys? This has just hanged right over here. Okay, how can I make this move from here? Yes. Okay, I hope so that has been removed from there. So you guys should be able to see the entire screen properly right now. You shouldn't be facing any kind of problems right over there. I hope so, right? I hope so you guys are not facing any kind of issues right now. Okay, great. So let's continue from right over there. Let's start with your integers and floats, guys. Okay. So a very simple concept, guys. Do not worry. It is a very fairly simple concept. It is easy to understand as well. Just make sure that you guys are paying attention. You guys will be able to understand it very well right over there, guys. Okay. So like I said, in pure mathematics, guys, in pure mathematics, what is an integer? Integer is basically a number. It can be a negative number. It can be a positive number. For example, minus 100, minus 115, 15, 20, 5, 10, 1, 2, all these kind of numbers that exist right over there. Right, guys? Please let me know. All these numbers you have studied right over there. These are called as your integers, guys. These are called as your integers. Now, once you started studying integers itself, there are other kind of numbers as well. For example, 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. 1.5 is not exactly an integer. It is called as a decimal number. In your normal mathematics, we call this as a decimal number itself. Similar to that, inside of Python, we have the concept of integers as well as your floats. So floats are also referred to as floating point number, int or integers, and floats or floating point number itself, guys. Then look into it. So 3 and 2 right over here will be called as integers in Python. 3 and 2 will be called as integers in Python, but if I run this, the answer that I'm getting, that is 1.5, is a float. It's a decimal number itself, guys. So basically all your numbers, let's assume, let's go back to our drawing board itself right over here. Okay, so all type of numbers that exist, that is basically your negative and positive numbers, will be 100. Is this also not working for me? Just a second, guys. I need to connect the tablet to the laptop. Okay. So any kind of numbers that you guys are having, whether it be minus 100, you are having your minus 50, 10, 1, 2, 3, all these will be considered as int or integers. And any kind of value with a decimal, guys, any kind of value with a decimal, whether it be 2.5 or 2.1 or negative 3.5 or even 2.0 or even 2.0 itself is called as your decimal numbers or your floating point numbers or floats in short. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. These are called as your floating point numbers or floats in short, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Even your 2. So for example, 2 is an integer, guys. Always remember this. 2 is an integer. But 2.0 is a floating point number. 2.0 is a floating point number itself, guys. Now converting an integer to a float is very simple. For example, any kind of integer that you are having, any integer that you take up at any particular point of time. For example, let's assume 3. If you want to convert 3, that is an integer, to a float, you just add 0.0 to it. You are having negative 100. You want to convert this integer to a float, just add negative 100 0.0 at the end. This is how you convert an integer to a float. Now, if you want to convert a float to an integer, guys, for example, you are having a particular number 3.14. This is a floating point number, right? This is a floating point number right over here. You want to convert it into an integer. You want to convert it into an integer, guys. So just remove everything after the decimal point. Just remove everything after the decimal point. Whatever is present after the decimal point, just remove it. Do not round off. There's a difference between rounding off and removing decimal points. Removing decimal points is called as truncating a number. Basically, everything after decimal point, you just cut it away. Everything after the decimal point, you just cut it away itself. Okay. I think so. A lot of people are telling that there's a lag inside of the stream. Let me just check. From my end, the stream looks fine, but nevertheless, let me change my network, guys. So I'm just changing my network. There will be a lag right now, guys. There will be some buffering right now. I want everybody to be patient. The buffering will be less than 10 seconds. Please be patient, guys. Do not get agitated that, okay, buffering is happening, lagging is happening. Just wait for 10 seconds, guys. Let me just change the network itself. So from my end, you guys will not be able to face any kind of buffering or something like that. So I'll be changing the network from right over here, guys. Give me a second so that I'm able to change that. Okay, give me a second, guys. So again, right now for 10 seconds, a little bit of buffering will be. I've changed the network. Okay, now there will be no buffering from my end, guys. Okay, there will be no buffering from my end right now, guys. You guys will be able to listen to me very clearly throughout the entire session. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, so now you guys can see me properly and there will be no buffering moving further. So you guys can chill right now. Okay, so like I said, if you want to convert a floating point number, that is a decimal number, to an integer, just remove everything after the decimal point. It is not rounding it off. You are just removing everything. For example, 3.14 becomes 3. 3.5 becomes 3. Your 3.968 will also become 3. Your negative 3.54 will also become 3. Your negative 3.14 will also become 3. Minus 3. Okay, minus 3. We'll keep the negative number, right? So, right over there, guys, this is how you are able to convert your integer to a float and a float to an integer. This is a theoretical concept. Let us look at this from a practical perspective as well. So let's go to our code. Let us do this practically, like from a perspective of the code itself. Let us try to see what happens. Let me put this off. Okay, so right over here, guys, as you're able to see, we are having 3 and 2.5, guys. So A is an integer, B is a floating point number. We are able to understand that, right, guys? Please let me know. A is a integer and B is a floating point number because of the values 3 and 2.5 itself, guys, right? And then you are having this print type A. So this type function that is there basically tells you the data type of a particular object. So what is the data type of A? A as a variable, what is the data type of that? As a variable B, what is the data type of the value that is contained inside of B itself? So if you print this out, you will be able to see that we are getting the values int and float. Okay, int is the short form for integers. That is the data type of our variable A. And float is the data type of our variable B itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. So type as a function basically tells you what is the data type of a particular object. It's as simple as that. Nothing too complicated about it, guys. The next particular thing that we need to understand is converting, like I said, converting an integer to a float and a float to an integer, guys. So right over here in the first example, as you're able to see, we are converting an integer that is 3. We're converting an integer that is 3 to float. To convert that, you just have to write float in front of it. In the parenthesis, the number that you want to convert, and that will be converted into float. Similar to that, 28.9 is a floating point number. 28.9 is a floating point number itself, guys, and we want to convert it into int. So just write int in front of it. The technical name for this is called as typecasting, guys. The technical name for this is called as typecasting. So what will be the answers, guys? What will be the values of A and B? Can you guys let me know? You have just now learned how to convert an integer to a float and a float to an int, guys. Could you guys let me know what will be the answer for this particular conversion, guys? Please let me know. What will be the answer for this particular conversion, guys? Could you guys let me know? Right, 3.0 and 28. So let's run this, guys. As we are able to see, we are getting 3.0 and 28 as our answer. Now I'm going to tell you guys a very important point. Those who already know Python and those who are learning Python for the very first time. Let me tell you this, that this is the most important interview question related to Python. The most asked and the least known answer when it comes to interviews related to Python itself, guys. The reason for that is there is no course on this planet Earth that will actually teach you this particular topic. You have to either get to know this by reading on your own, by researching on your own, or you have to read proper books on Python. I will be suggesting you guys some great books on Python today, so you don't have to worry about it. I will be telling you guys where you can get it for free as well. Okay, but just do not quote me that I told you guys where to get it from free. Okay, I will get into a lot of trouble for that. So like I said, guys, it's a very important question inside of Python, a very important interview question. The statement says, first we'll go in line by line, guys. First we'll learn about the statement. The statement says that floats are an approximation to the number they represent. That is the statement. Please memorize this statement first of all. I want everybody in this particular session to memorize this statement. Floats are an approximation to the number they represent. First, can you guys repeat after me? This is a very important point, guys. I want everybody to focus right over here. Floats are an approximation to the number they represent. Can you guys remember this? Please let me know. I have not explained anything up till now. I'm just giving you a statement. We'll go line by line. We'll first understand what does that mean. We'll prove that this is true itself, and we'll see why does that happen. We'll learn everything about this statement because these are the questions that will come up in your interview. The statement says floats are an approximation to the number they represent. Let us first try to understand what does that mean. For example, if you're writing 28.9, if you're writing 28.9 inside of Python, that is never equivalent to 28.9. It is always a little bit. It is always a little bit greater than that. If you are saving 28.9 inside of Python, this is the meaning of the statement. I'm telling you guys the meaning of the statement. If you are writing 28.9 inside of Python, it will be saved inside of the memory as 28.9 1 2 3 something like that. It will always be a little bit greater than the number itself. That is the meaning behind the statement. Okay, that is the meaning behind the statement. Let us first check if it is true or not. You shouldn't take me on my face value, right? That yes, he has said something, it must be correct. It shouldn't be like that. Let us first prove that yes, this is actually the case. So let's do one thing, guys. Now what I've done right over here is I've taken up a print statement and I've checked if I've added 0.23 30 times. I've added 0.23 30 times right over here. And I've checked, so 0.23 added 30 times should be equal to 6.9, right? 0.23 added 30 times should be equivalent to 6.9 or not, guys? Please let me know. 0.23 added 30 times should be equal to 6.9. That is what the mathematics has taught us since our childhood itself, right? So what I'm checking is my left, so this double equal to sign that you're able to see right over here. This double equal to sign right over here basically checks is the left hand side, whatever is present on the left hand side, equal to whatever is present on the right hand side or not. So according to us, 0.23 added 30 times should be equal to 6.9, and this should be true, that LHS is equal to RHS. Let us run this. Let us run this, guys. As you're able to see, the answer is coming up to be false. That 0.23 added 30 times is not equal to 6.9. Let us remove this. Let us remove this. Let us print. What is the answer then? What is the answer? What is 0.23 added 30 times? And according to the Python, the answer that comes up is 6.90000000000000006. That is the answer according to Python. As you're able to see, a little bit greater than the number that we wanted as our answer, right? That is what happened. Yeah, you want to go outside? You sit there. Okay, so right over here, guys, as you're able to see that this basically is an example that yes, the numbers that are stored in Python are a little bit greater than 6.9. So our hypothesis is correct. That floats are an approximation to the number they represent. But why is that the case? Why is that the case, guys? Why is Python storing my 0.23 as 0.23 greater, a little bit greater than 0.23? That does not make any sense to us, because from mathematics perspective, it doesn't make any sense. But this is not pure mathematics. It's a computer, guys. It's a computer. You need to understand how a computer functions to understand this. Computer works on a particular concept called as precision, guys. There's a particular concept that is there. So now the question will be coming to you. First, the question will be that you will be given an example like this, and you will be asked that, okay, what will be the answer? So your answer will be expected that it will be a little bit greater than what we are expecting. Then they will be asking you, why is that happening? So this is the answer that you need to give. That this is not your normal mathematics. There's something that is a little bit different. It is a computer. Computer has some bound set of rules itself. And one of these rules is precision. That basically means, let me open up my very beautiful handwriting once again, so you guys will be completely confused what I'm writing on my screen itself. Okay, so right over here, guys, let me just put it up on your screen. Inside of your computer, if you are, let's assume, multiplying two numbers, 0.8 multiplied by 0.8, what should be the answer, guys? According to you, what should be the answer of this particular question, guys? Please let me know. What should be the answer of this particular statement according to you, guys? 0.8 multiplied by 0.8. Everybody is saying 0.64. But if you ask this to a proper computer, like just you don't have any optimization, no algorithms, just like 0.6 multiplied by 0.6, the answer that the computer will give you will be 0.6. That's it. 0.8 multiplied by 0.8 is 0.6. The reason for that is precision. Both the numbers that you were using inside of the equation had a precision of 1 decimal point. Both the numbers that you use in your equation had a precision of just 1 decimal point. So your answer will also be of a precision of just 1 decimal point itself. We are not going to put up more number of decimals. There isn't more space. You provided me with a particular number that had 1 decimal position. I will give you the answer with just 1 decimal position itself. Are you guys able to understand this? This is how computers work. This is how computers work, guys. Please let me know if you are able to understand this example. Leave alone like why are they a particular like approximation to the number they represent. Just try to understand this example. You are multiplying 0.8 with 0.8. According to us humans, normal mathematics, the answer should be 0.64. But according to the computer, in the first number you are having 1 decimal point. In the second number you are having 1 decimal point. So the answer as well I will give up to 1 decimal point itself. So I'll give you the answer up till 0.6. As simple as that. Now Python had to provide, like, you need the answer as 0.64, right? You need the answer as 0.64 anyhow. So what does Python do? Whenever you are writing 0.8, so if you do the exact same thing using Python, so instead of writing, you are writing 0.8, Python will store it up as 0.800000000.000000123. Similarly, you are multiplying the next number 0.8. Again, Python will store it as 0.123. And now these two numbers are getting multiplied, whose answer will be 0.64, and some particular random number at the end. Now, usually these numbers are so small. That usually Python ignores them. That does not even exist. But when you are adding the same number 30 times, that small 0, 1, 1, 2, 3 that was at the end, guys, that 1, 2, 3 that was at the end gets added, that is getting added 30 times itself. That is getting added 30 times. So that small number becomes larger, and now Python cannot ignore it. That is the reason why we were having so many zeros and then 6 at the end. Now, please try to understand it. I'm just using an example right over here as 1, 2, 3. It is not 1, 2, 3. It is some random value. Okay? It is some random value right over there that I'm giving as an example, that this is how it saves. It is some random value right over there, guys. Okay? It's just an assumption. Okay? Not exactly like every single number you will be having at 1, 2, 3 or something like that, right? So that is how it maintains the precision. Precision basically means up till how many decimal points can I get my answer? Up till how many decimal points can I get my answer? That is what precision basically means. And that is the reason why Python stores its floating point numbers as an approximation to the number they represent. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Why do we need this precision? Because otherwise you will be multiplying 0.8 multiplied by 0.8. The answer will be 0.6, not 0.64. So we add this at the very end so that we are able to do these type of mathematical calculations itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please do let me know. And usually these last portions are so small. These last portions are so small that Python usually ignores it. It is so small we don't even need to calculate. Let it be. Like the answer is 0.64 itself. Usually the number is so small. But now I'll give you a googly. I will give you a googly right over here. So we have just learned right now. We have just right now we have learned like floats are an approximation to the number they represent. If I'm adding 0.23 30 times, I'm adding 0.23 30 times, we know that the value is greater than 6.9, right guys? We now know that the value is greater than 6.9. What about if I'm multiplying it? 0.23 multiplied by 30. What do you think would be the answer, guys? Can somebody let me know? Random guesses, guys. I don't expect you guys to know about it. But random guesses, guys. 0.23 multiplied by 30. Will it be greater than 6.9? Will it be equal to 6.9? Will it be less than 6.9, guys? Do let me know. We have just learned that floats are an approximation to the number they represent. Guys. So most of you guys are saying greater than. That we have just learned that floats are an approximation to the number they represent. We are multiplying 0.23 30 times like by 30. The answer should be greater than 6.9, right? And that is where we are wrong. The answer is that the answer will be exactly equal to 6.9. The number will be exactly equal to 6.9, guys. And this is where the concept, let us write it down. Do not trust me, guys. Do not trust me. I will show you guys. The main point is right over here that you should be able to understand stuff. Let me show you guys an example of this, right? So I've just removed all the 0.23. I'm just multiplying 0.23 by 30. Okay. I'm just multiplying 0.23 by 30 equal to 6.9. Let us run this. As we're able to see, the answer is coming out to be true. Now, why is it happening? Just right now we learned about like floats are an approximation to the number they represent, and now it is false as well. What is happening right over here? So this is where Python applies something called as optimization. Python applies something that is called as optimization itself, guys. Now, what do you mean by this optimization? Think about it. What is multiplication, guys? Can somebody let me know what is the true definition of multiplication? Multiplication basically means repeated addition. Okay, the same number gets added again and again and again. That is what it means by multiplication, right? So when you're adding two numbers, Python does not know that both the numbers are same. Does Python know that both the numbers are same or not, guys? Please let me know. Python has no idea about it, that both the numbers are same or not. So when you're adding 0.23 30 times, what is happening? Python is saying 0.23 combined together 0.6 0.46 0 0 0 0 1 2 3 plus 1 2 3 2 4 6. So it is adding every single number up. It is not able to understand that it is adding the same number again and again and again. So the extended trail of zeros and the number at the end is also getting added again and again and again at the end, guys. Think about it. When it is adding 30 times 0.23, it does not know that it is adding the same number again and again, guys. It is looking at two numbers and it is adding them completely up. But when you are multiplying a number, guys, Python knows that 0.23 multiplied by 30 means adding the same number again and again. So what does Python does? It will do the calculation and will remove all the trailing zeros. It will do the calculation. For example, let's assume right over here, Python is doing the calculation for every time it is adding 0.23, guys. Every time. So our question is 0.23 multiplied by 30. So after adding 0.23, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3 and 0.23, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, it will put up the number as 0.46, 0, 0, 0, 0, 246. But now before adding the next number, before adding the next 0.23, it will remove everything from right over here, reset it to 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3 right over here. And that is the reason why it never exceeds. Because multiplication, Python is able to understand directly the same number is going to get added again and again. In addition, he is not able to figure out. Python is not that smart as well. Python is not that smart as well. It is smart. It's a very good programming language, but not that smart. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please do let me know. So the answer that you have to give to the question is that why is Python having floats as a particular approximation to the number they represent? Because Python has to maintain the precision of the answer that it has to give. The number of decimal points that Python has to give as the answer, it has to maintain that. For doing that, it has to maintain the precision. It has to make sure that floats are an approximation to the number they represent. You will not get in any course or something like that. This is something that even I didn't knew. I went to an interview myself very long ago and I got asked the same question and I was like, I've learned the entirety of Python. I have no idea about what is this. So I went through some very good books. I'll be suggesting you guys some books for Python as well that you should definitely give a read. I even went through the entire book. There I learned about this answer. So this is a very important interview question, guys, asked a lot of times, especially in good companies. Any company that is having a package of above 25 lakhs per annum, they'll be asking you guys this question because they're expecting you guys to know such type of advanced things as well. Okay, keep that in mind, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. I think I'm going to forget my past multiplication and addition. Okay, no issues in that, guys. Okay, so let's move on to the next particular topic. This is a very important topic, guys. Please do revise it after today's class once again. Please don't forget it. It's a very important topic right over there. The next thing that we are going to learn about is the next data type, guys. That is the Boolean data type. Now, in physics, maybe in your college days or in your school days, you guys have learned about the AND gates, OR gates, NOR gates, XOR gates. You guys remember that? Ones and zeros that were there in physics, guys. Do you guys remember that, or you guys have forgotten everything about it? The AND gate, OR gate, NOR gate, XOR gate, all these gates that were there, ones and zeros that you had to have right over there, right? So in Python as well, those ones and zeros are called as true and false values. And this topic is called as the Boolean data type. The Boolean data type, unlike integers, which have unlimited number of data, in floats as well, minus 1.2, minus 3.14, 3.14, all these different numbers are there, right? But inside of Boolean, you only have two values, just two values, a true value and a false value. The concept of Boolean basically relies on the fact that a machine can only machine can only talk in zeros and ones. The core language of a proper machine, any machine, whether it is a phone, laptop, tablet, iPad, anything, is basically zeros and ones itself. So incorporating that inside of our own code is a very important thing to understand. Right over here, guys, let us start with a very simple thing. Again, we have learned it yesterday that Python is a case-sensitive language. For Python, a small t and a capital T makes whole lot of difference. They are two separate things itself. Similar to that, right over here, as we are able to see, declaring a true and a false value in Python is very simple. You just have to write a capital T and true and capital F and false. That is how you create a true and a false value inside of Python. Where is my cat? What are you doing right over there? Okay. And you can easily assign it as well. The values you are able to create it very easily, true and false values. Now, there are multiple operators that you can use to get answers as well. For example, is 3 greater than 1? This is called as comparison operators. We are comparing two entities to get an answer, right? So yeah, I'm comparing is 3 greater than 1. So yes, 3 is greater than 1. So the answer will be true. As you're able to see, the answer is true, guys. Now there are multiple comparison operators that exist. For example, greater than, equal to. Let's assume less than, equal to. You are having equal to. That basically checks whether the left hand side is equal to the right hand side or not. Then you're having not equal to. Is 3 not equal to 1? So yes, 3 is not equal to 1 itself, so the answer will be true. 3 and 1 are not equal. So not equal to is this particular symbol. There are multiple comparison operators that you guys need to know about. After comparison operators, there are logical operators as well. Logical operators basically mean that there is some logic like the AND gates, OR gates, NOT gates. These were the gates that you had in physics, right? In a similar manner, inside of Python as well, you are having those gates. The same gates that exist inside of Python as well. Let's move on and let's see these right over here, guys. For example, rent is 1,200. Okay, rent is 1,200. We are asking, is affordable? Our question is very simple. Is this rent affordable or not? So we have formulated a formula. Okay, what happened? Okay, I think so. Oscar wants to go out. Let me just put him out of my room. Say hi to everybody. There you go. Say hi. Hi. You don't want to say hi? Okay. Go. Enjoy your life. But this is also closed. Where will you go? Come in. There's nowhere to go. Okay. So right over here, guys, as you're able to see, if rent is greater than 1,000 and rent is less than 2,000, only then this particular flat is affordable to us. Otherwise not. As simple as that, guys. If rent is greater than 1,000 and rent is less than 2,000, only then it is affordable. Let's see. Rent is 1,200. So let's replace rent by its value. Let's replace rent by its value. So is 1,200 greater than 1,000, guys? Is 1,200 greater than 1,000? Yes, of course it is greater than 1,000. So this will be true. Then you are having 1,200 less than 2,000. Yes, 1,200 is less than 2,000. Will take us as true as well right over here. True and true. If you guys remember the AND gate, if both the values are true, if both the values are 1, the answer will be true as well. The answer will be 1. So the answer will be true. So according to our hypothesis, the answer that is affordable should have the value of true at the very end. Let us see that. Let us see that. Let us go back. Let us change everything to its starting. Let us run this. As we are able to see, the answer is coming out to be true, guys. Similar to that, there are other gates as well. For example, NOT gate. So we already know that this means true. We already have seen right over here itself, guys, that this basically means true. So if this is true, what is not true, guys? What is not true? False is basically not true, right? So not basically inverts whatever is present inside. So if it is true that is present inside, the answer will be false, right? Let us see that. Let us run this. Let us see what is the answer, guys. So as we are able to see, the answer is coming up to be false. So these are called as logical operators because there is some logic behind it, right? So that is how you need to make sure that everything is working properly. क्या हो गया तेरे को? Okay. The next particular thing that is there is the last particular data type that we need to understand about is strings. Strings is the very important data type, guys. Please make sure that you guys are able to listen to it properly. Okay, we are going to take up a 2 minutes break. I think so. I need to feed him. So I'll just take a 2 minutes break, guys. In the meanwhile, while I'm taking a break, if you guys want, you guys can reach out to me on LinkedIn. You guys can connect with me on LinkedIn as well. So how many of you guys don't have a LinkedIn profile? How many of you guys don't have a LinkedIn profile, guys? Please let me know. How many of you guys don't have a LinkedIn profile? Please let me know, guys. Guys, if you want to get into software industry, you want to get into AI, you want to get into data science, you want to get into full stack, you want to get into any software industry itself, LinkedIn account is very, very, very important for you guys to have. LinkedIn is the best place to search for internships, to make meaningful connections, to find job opportunities inside of the entire industry, especially in software. So if you guys don't have a LinkedIn account, this is not your Instagram. Okay, please don't treat it as Instagram. This is not a social media platform. This is a platform from professionals itself. Every single person working in any company, you will be able to find him on LinkedIn and he will be using it every single day as well. This is my LinkedIn profile, guys, as you're able to see on your screens. Maintain it properly, send meaningful connections, talk to people, understand what is going on. Even I as well, I try my best to explain some important topics right over here. For example, right over here, I've explained a topic that is called as CDN, a very important topic, especially when it comes to cloud computing. So I've made sure that you are able to understand it in a very easy manner, like hosting a party and all these kind of examples that I usually have, to make you guys understand and then provide you guys with a proper like cheat sheet for that and everything. So every single day, it is my aim to make sure that you guys are getting something. For example, I provided you guys with DSA notes as well. So these are the handwritten notes in like in dynamic programming, in bit manipulation and everything. Oops notes. So if you guys want to go through these notes and these products, you guys can always reach out to me. I always try to make sure that there are some memes as well that I'm able to share. This is one of the my favorite memes that actually got a lot of reactions. So it got almost 500,000 reactions itself. And so this was basically how to insult a programmer in a single sentence. So I just said that just ask the programmer how his code works. That is how you will be able to offend us, right? So make sure guys that if you want, do connect with me guys. It will be great to connect with you guys. Even if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, try to make sure that you guys are able to create your LinkedIn profile. It is a very important task guys. So I'm providing you guys with my LinkedIn account. You guys are having 2 minutes time. I will just go and send like Oscar back to his room itself. So make sure guys that you are able, if you guys want, do send me a connection request. It will be great to talk to you guys, understand a little bit more about you guys. Okay, in the meanwhile, I'm just going to open up a meme and put it in front of you so that you guys are able to enjoy while I'm not there around you. So let me start a post itself. Let me see. Just give me a second, guys. I'm having good memes, guys. I will show you a good meme. Do not worry about it, right? So let me just find a good meme that I posted recently. Okay, so we'll take up this particular post itself. Okay, so basically, when the feature that you have developed as a team is a bug, you can see it. Okay, so let me just increase the size so that you guys are able to see the meme. So just see the meme, guys, while I bring Oscar to his place. Otherwise, in the meanwhile, you guys can connect with me on LinkedIn as well. Give me a second, guys. Okay, so I am back, guys. So I think so. You guys were able to wait for 2 minutes, right? Shall we start with our next class? Shall we start with our learning process a little bit further? Shall we start with our learning process a little bit further, guys? Please let me know. Great. So shall we continue, guys? Please let me know. Good, amazing. So let me continue from right over here. Strings. Now strings, as the name suggests, so a string is basically a string of thread, right? A thread that is there, that is called as a string. So you are having a string of pearls. A necklace is basically called as a string of pearls, right? In a similar manner, inside of Python, for example, you are writing hello world. Okay, it is a string of alphabets. It is a string of characters itself. So that we call it a string. That is basically the string data type. Now, string data type can be created using double quotes or even single quotes as well. Whatever you want to use, you can use it right over there. Both create the exact same string. Okay, for example, right over here, as you're able to see, both will create the exact same string, guys. You guys can use double quotes as well as single quotes to create a string. You don't have to worry about it. You guys can use double quotes as well as single quotes to create a string. Now, string can contain anything. It can contain capital letters. It can contain small letters. It can contain numbers. It can contain special characters. It can contain spaces as well. Whatever you want it to contain, it will contain everything for you. Are you guys able to understand it? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. So you can create a string using a double quote or a single quote inside of Python. A string can contain capital letters, small letters, numbers, special characters, anything inside of it. Now, let's come to the problem. This is the string data type, very easy to understand, nothing too complicated about it. Now let's come to the problem statement itself. So if you, first of all, if you type of motto, that will give you the data type of motto itself. So that is basically str. Okay, I have not declared it. Give me a second. I need to first declare it. Okay. So right over here, let me run it. As you're able to see, it is showing you the data type of str. This is short form for string. So now let's come to the problem statement. What if you want to have quotation marks inside of your particular string? So how does Python identify a string? Please try to understand this first of all. How does Python understand a string? So if it is able to see a double quotation or a single quotation, it will keep on looking for another double quotation or single quotation to end the string. Are you guys able to understand it? For example, right over here, it sees a double quotation mark. So it thinks that, okay, now we are able to start a string. It will consider everything to be a string until unless it finds another double quotation mark. Another double quotation mark itself. Otherwise, the second particular method that is there is, if you are using a single quotation mark, they will try to find another single quotation mark to end the string. So what happens right over here is, if I want to use a double quotation mark inside of my string, then it just finds that and it ends the string right over there. According to Python, all this is just gibberish. All this is just gibberish, guys. It is not able to understand what you are writing right over there. And then again you are creating an empty string. Again you are creating an empty string right over here. So there are two ways to handle such a problem, guys. First, if you want to use double quotation mark inside of your string, then you start and end the string with a single quotation mark. Okay. If you want to use a double quotation mark inside of the string, then use a single quotation mark to start and end your string itself. Because when you start with a single quotation mark, Python is trying to find another single quotation mark to end the string. So it will consider everything as a string itself. But if you want double quotation mark as well as single quotation mark in your string, then how to do that? So for that, you use something called as an escape character or a backslash. Backslash is called as an escape character in Python. Basically, backslash tells to Python whatever the next character is, do not take it seriously. He's just kidding. Okay, it is basically like your friend saving you from doing something that you're going to regret inside of a bar. When you are drinking, you are totally out and you are ready to fight some bastard, and your friend is basically like, dude, this guy is just kidding, he doesn't mean it, he's really dumb. Okay, just leave him. Okay, just ignore him, you continue with your own party. That is what is happening right over here. The backslash is basically saving. It is basically saying whatever the next character is, do not take it seriously. Do not take it seriously. It has no special meaning to you. It is telling this to Python. It has no special meaning to you. Just ignore it. Move on further. That is what is happening right over here. So for example, if you start with a single quotation mark, now Python is trying to find another single quotation mark to end your string. It goes through your code itself. It comes right over here. Now it meets a backslash. It meets a particular escape character. Now backslash is basically saying whatever the next character is, dude, it has no special meaning to you. Just ignore it. Keep moving further. So Python will just ignore this single quotation mark because according to Python, it is just a string. It has no special meaning to me. That is what my best friend backslash has just told me right now. I need to believe it. And it will continue moving further, finding a single quotation mark. And at the end of this single quotation mark, this is where it will end the string. You will not get any kinds of error running this. So are you guys able to understand what is the meaning of backslash or what is the meaning of the escape character itself? Are you guys able to understand the intuition behind this? Please let me know. As you're able to see, everything is working absolutely fine. And please remember, because backslash itself is just a particular player saying to Python that you don't have any particular meaning, the next word has no particular meaning itself, it is not even showcased in your string. Python does not even consider that as a string itself. It is basically telling something to Python and just moving away. That's it. It is telling something to Python and just moving away from the picture. That's it, guys. As you're able to see, inside of a string, we are not getting anything. We are not getting anything itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. It should be very, very simple for you guys to understand. If I didn't have this escape character, Python will just come to this particular first like single quotation mark. It will end the string right over here. But because we want to tell Python that, dude, this particular single quotation mark has no special meaning to you, we just put a escape character before that. And that escape character handles all this talking for us. A backslash, guys. Always remember a backslash. Okay? Great, guys. Awesome. It was simple, right? The next thing that we need to understand is addition. So, for example, if you write 2 plus 3, we know the answer will be 5, guys. We are writing 2 plus 3, we know that the answer will be 5, right? But when we do, so this is called as addition. This symbol right over here, the utilization of that is addition. But if we do addition on strings, what will happen? Okay, that is called as concatenation, guys. Okay, what if backslash is our string? Okay, so a very interesting question right over here, guys. I thought that somebody will be asking me this question. Nobody did, so I just left it out. For example, if my string is Shaurya backslash Sinha. This is my string, guys. Shaurya backslash Sinha. This is what I want to print. Okay, this is what I want to print right over here. If I run this, you are able to see that the backslash is directly coming. The reason for that is there is a space after it. We're just ignoring it right over here. What if there was no space? There was a word after it, guys. Backslash and Sinha. Again, it is coming up right over there. No issues in that as well. What if it was backslash, quotation mark, and then Sinha? But right now, I want that backslash to be there, and I want the quotation mark to be there as well. I want the backslash to be there. I want the quotation mark as well. So I will put multiple backslashes right over here. I'll put multiple backslashes right over here. First, I'll put one backslash. The first backslash is telling to the next, to this particular backslash, then ignore it. This is just a part of your string. Ignore it. Okay, so this backslash now has no meaning. The highlighted backslash has no meaning right over here. The highlighted backslash has no meaning right over here. Because the first backslash is telling to Python that the second backslash has no meaning. So if you want this particular inverted, this quotation mark to be ignored, you put up another backslash. And now this particular backslash, these two are together and these two are together. These two are together right over here. That is how you are able to incorporate one backslash as well as the quotation mark right over there. This is a very simple concept, guys. This is just pure logic. There's nothing to understand. Backlash tells the next particular that it has no special value to you. That is what the meaning of backslash is. So figure out accordingly that how many backslashes are required. A logical question. It does not need any kind of programming knowledge. It does not need any kind of other source material to it. Just normal IQ. That's it. Just normal IQ to it. Okay. So right over here, guys, as you're able to see, now we are going to do concatenation. This is called as concatenation. Concatenation basically means you take up two strings and you join them to create one string itself. You take up two strings and you join them together to create one string. This is basically like if you guys watch Dragon Ball Z or something, the fusion that happens in Dragon Ball Z, right? Goku and Vegeta fuse together to become Gogeta or Vegito or something like that, right? So the same thing is happening right over here. You are having two strings. You are concatenating them to create just one string itself. You concatenate them together to form one string. This is the same as you are having salt and sugar. You mix them together. Now you have some like recipe that you guys are going to use, right? So that is the same thing happening right over here. And you can add as many strings as possible. For example, in the first example, we are adding two strings together. So hello and world are two strings. After adding them up, it will be just one string, that is hello world. You're having hello space world right over here. You're adding them, you will have one particular word itself, that is hello space world at the end. Let's see that right over here. Are you guys able to see hello world and hello space world, guys? Similar to that, there is something called as multiplication inside of your this as well. So what is multiplication? Multiplication is repeated addition. So basically word multiplied by 5 basically means word plus word plus word plus word plus word. This is repeated addition. So it will just concatenate the word hello 5 times. Are you guys able to understand it? Please let me know. Word multiplied by 5 is basically word added 5 times. So that means the word hello will be added to itself 5 times. That means concatenating 5 words itself. So the answer will be very simple. That is hello plus hello plus hello. As simple as that. Right? You want to put a space, just put a space right over here, print it out. You are able to print hello 5 times as well. Okay? I put a space right over here, so it added hello space 5 times. So we are having the space as well right over here, guys. As simple as that. Nothing too complicated about it, right, guys? Nothing too complicated about it. It was simple to understand, right? Now multiplication and division and subtraction does not exist in terms of strings, guys. Division and subtraction does not exist inside of your Python for strings. So if you try to do a division of two words, guys, it will give you a type error. It will give you an error that unsupported operand types for division, that is str and str. You cannot divide a string. Okay. Similar to that, if you try to subtract two strings together, that also has no value. You cannot divide or subtract strings, guys. Are you guys able to understand it? Please let me know, guys. You cannot divide or subtract string, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Is it hard for you guys to understand, or is it okay for you guys to understand it? The next particular thing that we are having is the length function. For example, we have learned about the type function, right? The type function basically tells you what is the data type of that object. Similar to that, you are having something called as the length function. The full form of that is length. Okay, what is the length of this particular string? That means how many characters are present inside of this string, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? How many characters are present inside of this particular string? Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Length function gives how many characters. For example, in shape AI. Okay, let's remove it and replace it by DevTown itself. Shape AI was the original name of DevTown. We have replaced the name right now. So I have not changed the notebook since then. So right over here, guys, as you are able to see, DevTown, how many characters are there? DEVTOWN. 7 characters are there. What about now? Dev space town. What will be the answer right now, guys? Dev space town, guys. What will be the answer right now? How many characters? What is the length of this particular string, guys? How many characters are present inside of this string? 8, right? Even the space is counted as a character. Please do remember that. Even the space is also counted as a character. So length basically gives you the length of a particular string. As you are able to see, the answer will be 8. As simple as that. Nothing too complicated about it. Alright? Are you guys able to understand everything right over here? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand everything right over here, guys? Please let me know. So next we need to revise a little bit and talk a little bit about type conversion once again. We have already learned about type conversion, right? Now the same number 75 I can represent in various different data types. Right over here 75 is an integer. Right over here 75 is a floating point number. Right over here 75 is a string. And right over here this is not 75, this is just the value true. Okay, so if we run this, you are able to see that the same number I can represent it in multiple data types. That means I can change from one data type to the other as well. That is what we need to understand right over here. For example, right over here, guys, we have already learned about how to change an integer to a float and a float to an integer, right? That is already done. So let's not talk about it again. There will be no point of it. We have already learned it in today's class. Let's not waste any time right over there. Oh shit, what happened right over here? Where did I land at? Okay. Where is my notebook? Okay, that is my notebook. Okay. I was very concerned right over there that where did everything go? Okay, so right over here, guys, as you're able to see, this is so I will just make it a larger and you guys are able to see the entire thing at once. So here what is happening is marks is an integer, guys. As you're able to see, marks is an integer. Subject is a string, semester is a string, and now we need to do concatenation to create a single sentence that I scored 15 marks in coding during my first semester. Okay, this is the sentence that I want to create, that I scored 15 marks in coding during my first semester. Although that marks was from 100, so I'm very disappointed, but still I scored something, right? So right over here, guys, what we're going to do is if we directly try to concatenate marks right over here, it wouldn't happen. We try to concatenate a string with an integer, it won't happen. Marks is an integer, guys. Marks is just 15. Marks is just 15, guys. Let me just take it up to left, right. Boom. So marks is just 15, guys. We cannot concatenate a string with an integer or an integer with a string as well. So this is an integer. This is a string. Even that cannot happen. If you try to do this, you will get an error. As you're able to see, type error. Or can only concatenate string, not integer to string. Okay, you can only concatenate string, not integer to string, guys. So what we need to do is we need to explicitly change the data type of marks from an integer to a string. To do that, just put it up inside a parenthesis and write str in front of it. Just write str in front of it, guys. So if we run this particular line of code, you will be able to see that we are getting our final output. I scored 15 in coding during my first semester. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. And you can change it to a floating point number as well. For example, marks is 15, that is the string. You have to change it to a float, just write float in front of it. And if you just print marks right over here, just print marks, you will be able to see that 15 will now be converted into an integer. As you're able to see, The class is str initially, that is string, and now we have converted it into a floating point number, that is 15.0. So you can convert strings to a number to a string. Just make sure that you're doing it properly. Remember the basic concepts very well, right? The next particular method, a very important method related to strings, is the format method. Right over here, guys, we had to write so many plus and like everything, right? We had to take care of spaces right over here. We had to make sure that everything was properly converted, like marks is an integer. We need to convert it into a string itself to make sure that everything is happening properly. We have to put the plus and everything properly so that everything lines up. There is a better method for that. Let me show you guys. So let's remove everything from right over here. Or let us comment this out. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's comment this out. Let us create another line of code. Okay, let us create another line of code, guys. Result is equals to the sentence that we want to create. I scored dash in coding during my first semester. Let's copy that sentence from right over here, guys. This is the sentence that we want to create. Put that exact same sentence inside of quotation marks. Put that exact same sentence inside of quotation marks, as you're able to see right over here. I scored 15 in coding during my first semester. Now, what are the things that you want to change? Have you guys done fill in the blanks at any particular point of time in your life? Have you guys done fill in the blanks at any particular point of time in your life, guys? Please let me know. Fill in the blanks. I hope that everybody has seen fill in the blanks, right? Let's assume these are our three answers. Let's assume these are our three answers, guys. Now we need to create the question. We need to create the fill in the blank question itself. The first is 15, right? We'll need to remove it and we'll provide it with a blank, a curly braces to represent the blank itself. The subject is also something that we don't want to have, right? That is also a blank. We'll put up a curly braces. Wherever there is a blank, we'll put up a curly braces, guys. Here as well, we don't require it. We'll put up a curly braces. Now we will provide it with the answer using the dot format method. This is the final answer that we require. This is the question with the blanks inside of it. Now we'll write dot format and then inside of parenthesis provide the answers for these three blanks. Whatever the answer is, guys, provide the answer for these three blanks, guys. Okay, so the first particular answer is 15. The second particular answer is subject. And the third particular answer that is there is semester. Right, so let us put up semester right over here. Spacing is shit. Let me correct that. So as you're able to see, the format method, we first created the question. This is the question that we are having, the fill in the blank question. Okay, we created the question and at the very end, we provided it with the answers as well. And okay, dot format 15 subject and semester. It's easier to understand and everything. We don't have to handle. We don't even have to handle the conversion, guys. We are directly writing 15 right over here. We are not even saying that, okay, convert this 15 to a string. We are not even saying that. Let us run this. Let us run this. As you're able to see, we are getting the exact same answer. So it is actually connecting to the backend. So it will take us some time, guys. So it's connecting it to the backend. What happened, bacha? Okay, so now it is connected right over here. So as you're able to see, we are getting the exact same answer, guys. We're getting I scored 15 in coding during my first semester. The exact same answer. But this time we don't have to write so long things. We don't have to take care of all the conversions and everything. Everything is getting taken care for us via the format method. Okay, everything is getting taken by us via the format method itself. So you just have to write your sentence that you want to create. Put in the fill in the blanks. Put in the blanks where you are having the blanks, where you want to put something right over there. And then the answers for each of these blanks inside of the dot format method. As you're able to see, the string and then dot format 15 semester as subject and semester, guys. Again, guys, just to make sure that you guys are able to understand, the class is of 60 to 90 minutes. For those who are asking about attendance, those who are telling that the time is over, let me just remind you guys that the class is of 60 to 90 minutes. There's a lot that we have to cover up. There's a lot that we have to learn. So if you guys are not able, you are not comfortable sitting at this point of time learning in a free class, making sure you are able to get free certificates, gaining your own knowledge, You guys can totally leave my class. It's totally fine with me. If I am able to do a job from 5 to 9, then I am able to take up one class from 6 to 8, then another class from 8:15 to 9:30 itself, then again another class from 10 to 12, and then after that as well I'm able to come to my office at 9 in the morning. Then I don't think so that you guys are young. You guys shouldn't be able to tell me anything right over there. Okay? Focus upon your class itself. Otherwise, I'll start dropping some of the F-bombs as well. Focus upon the class. You are here to learn. You are not here to dictate me. I'm here to dictate you guys. Okay? So learn, guys. Just your only job right over here is to learn as much as possible. Focus upon the class. Try to understand the format method. Okay? This is very important right over here, guys. And be patient. Especially when you're coming to this particular class, be patient with me. Okay? Okay, why didn't you use the variable marks? Okay, yeah, I can use the variable marks as well. I just forgot that. M-A-R-K-S. As you're able to see, now I'm using the variable marks, still the exact same. See, marks contain the same value, right? Marks contains the same value. You use marks, you use 15, is the exact same thing. There's no difference right over there. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to see marks is present right over here, right? Noted. Everything is clear. Everything is, you guys are able to understand everything, right? Okay, great. Now we'll stop with Python right over here, guys. Okay, because we don't have a lot of time moving further. We'll stop with Python. Any new concepts of Python that we will be facing in the future, I will be explaining you guys everything from the utmost basics. You don't have to worry about it. This is just an introduction to Python. There is a proper course that we are going to give you guys on Python from the basics to the most advanced level just in the programming language itself. You don't have to worry about it. That will be given to you at the end of the bootcamp. For right now, this amount of Python is more than sufficient for us to start with AI. In tomorrow's class, we are going to discuss what is AI, what are the use cases of AI. We'll try to actually understand that AI is not what you guys think. AI is not a Chitti the robot or like the Terminator itself that you guys think about. What is actually AI? What is the meaning of data science? What is the meaning of machine learning, artificial intelligence, deep learning? All these different buzzwords that you guys are actually listening to every single day. What is this generative AI that has recently come up? All these things we will be explaining you guys in tomorrow's class. And from day after tomorrow, we will be starting with our algorithm inside of AI. The algorithm that we will be implementing to create our AI bot that is going to play the tic-tac-toe. We need to start it tomorrow, guys. Otherwise, very less time is there. There's a lot that we have to do. Okay, so make sure that you guys are coming on time in tomorrow's class. In the first 5 minutes itself tomorrow, I will be taking up the first attendance. There will be 2 to 3 attendance in tomorrow's class, guys, not just one. So if you guys are not on time in the class in the first 5 minutes, you will be missing out on your attendance. You will not be able to get your certificates. Please don't come to me at a later point of time saying that, sir, I forgot, sir, I was busy, sir, this and that. I'm not going to care about it. I'm telling you guys right now itself that tomorrow there will be multiple attendances. You have to fill all the 2 to 3 attendances to get the certificates. Otherwise, you are not going to get the certificate. It is as simple as that. Be on time, be punctual, learn in the class. These are the only things that I'm asking from you guys. Secondly, the book recommendation for Python. Okay. So for Python, guys, I will be suggesting you guys one of the best books that are out there. Automate the boring stuff with Python. Okay. That is the book. That is the best book to learn from for Python. The best book in the entire world, guys. The entire world. But the only problem is learning just the programming language Python is a complete waste of time. You need to understand the technologies. You need to do data science or something like that inside of it. That is where you need to spend your time mostly. But still, if you guys need a particular book recommendation, you guys do. We will be providing you with an end-to-end program with Python for free itself. So you don't have to worry about that. That is going to be provided to you guys. But still, if you guys want a book, Automate the boring stuff with Python is the best book. Automate the boring stuff with Python. This is the best book, guys, out there. Let me show you guys the images. So this is the image of that, guys, as you're able to see right over here. This is the image of that. One of the best books out there related to Python, guys. Now, if you guys want the PDF of that, there is a website that is called as pdfdrive.com. Okay, pdfdrive.com. I cannot open it up right over here, guys. Most probably I will get banned or some shit. So like I'm saying that pdfdrive.com. Just go on that website. All the books are available there for free in the PDF format. Okay, and yeah, you guys can use from that. Now let's assume that I didn't say anything, and we'll just focus upon like, oh, best book, good book, do give it a read. Okay, right over there. So make sure that guys you are able to just go through some of the pages of the book, try to understand if it suits you or not. Otherwise, as well, the program that I am creating for you guys, it will be covering almost everything that you need to learn to get started with data science or with Python as well. So you don't have to worry about that. Everything I've taken care for you guys. Tomorrow's a very important day for us, guys. Please make sure you guys are not missing out in tomorrow's class, because that will be the foundations of the entire AI bot that we are going to do. Again, just to remind you guys, tomorrow there will be multiple attendances in the class. I'll be taking up 2 to 3 attendances in the class itself. In the first 5 minutes of the class, I will be taking up the first attendance. If you are not there in the class tomorrow at time, then you are not going to get the certificates from our end, because you were not present in the class, you are not punctual to the class itself. Okay, make sure you are coming to the class on time, guys. And again, guys, if you guys want to connect with me, if you guys want to talk to me, or you guys want to reach out to me as well, I've already provided you guys with my LinkedIn ID. Do connect with me, guys. It will be great to listen to you guys. If any advice that you guys are having, or any feedback related to the session, that something needs to be changed, or some other boot camps that you want to see, or some other posts that you want to see on LinkedIn from my end, do let me know. I always take up these like things into consideration. That is the reason why I posted about CDNs as a particular topic, because somebody requested that from me. So if you guys have any requests, or you guys want to see any new boot camps or something, you guys can always connect with me right over here. Any kind of advices that you guys need, maybe you want me to go through your resume or something like that, I'll always be available for you guys on LinkedIn. Okay, so like I said, guys, I've already provided you guys with my ID of LinkedIn, guys. You guys can definitely check my profile out from right over there, where I previously worked and everything, as well as I pinned it up in the live chat as well, so you will be able to see it right over there. Okay, so anytime, guys, that you have any kind of problems or something, do let me know. It will be great to meet you guys, to talk to you guys as well. So shall we start with our today's attendance, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys ready for today's attendance, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys ready for our today's attendance, guys? Please do let me know. So today you guys will be having 7 minutes. I'm being very liberal. Today I'm not giving you 5 minutes, 7 minutes I'm giving you. From tomorrow it will be just 5 minutes. This is the second day. I want you guys to participate in it properly. I'm giving you guys 7 minutes today. Okay. You will be having 7 minutes to fill up your attendance. After that, the attendance link will be closed, guys. Will not be taking in any more attendances after that. So let me make a copy. Make a copy. Delete day 2. Okay. ATTENDANCE will be CLOSCD closed at 9:37 p.m. IST. Okay, so this has been written right over here so that nobody tells me at a later point of time, sir, you didn't say it to us. Sir, we didn't see it, sir. So I've already written it inside of there. The attendance link is available right now in the live chat, guys. The attendance link is now available in the live chat. I'll be providing the attendance link for 1 whole minute. After that, I will not be providing with the attendance anymore. So for filling up your attendance, the attendance link is there in the live chat right now, guys. You guys can click on that attendance and you guys can start filling up your attendance from right over there. Okay, the attendance is there in the live chat, guys. Tomorrow we will be having multiple attendances. If you are not present in the class on time tomorrow, you will not be receiving your attendance. If you are not present in the class, I will be taking up the first attendance tomorrow in the first 5 minutes itself. If you are not present in the class on time, you will not be able to get your certificates. Please make sure that you guys are coming to the class on time, guys, tomorrow. Okay, so I've given you guys the attendance right over here. You guys should be able to see so many attendance links inside of your live chat. Please start filling up your attendance, guys. Please start filling up your attendance right over there. Please start filling up your attendance, guys. We'll meet in tomorrow's class at the same time, guys, and we'll continue from right over there. Please be on time in the class tomorrow, guys. Please be on time in the class tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys. We'll meet tomorrow at the same time. Please be on time in the class, guys. Otherwise, you'll miss out on your attendance. Okay, thank you so much, guys. The attendance thing will be closed in the next 6 minutes. Thank you, guys. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye.